Hello everyone. So today I'm going to create a simple chat application, and this entire chat web-based application I have created using ChatGPT. So in this project, first I have created a web API using .NET 7.2, and then I have consumed that web API using a simple client in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. But I have used entire code base from ChatGPT by writing simple prompts. So without wasting any of your time, let's directly go to the hands-on session. So I will first open Visual Studio and I will create a new web API project. I will use .NET Framework 7, which is the latest one, and I will write maybe chatbot API. Not chatbot, chat application API. Okay, and then I will create a project. So .NET will create a default project for us, and it has one controller which is an API controller, and it is called as weather forecast controller. It has one object, like basically an array of summaries, and it basically contains data of weather forecast. So what we'll do, we'll just simply go and run this just to check whether this web API is working or not. So Chrome has opened a Swagger layout for us, and here we can see we have get request. When we click on this tryout, when we click on this execute, basically this method should get called. See, you can see the route is get weather forecast, and here is get weather forecast. So I will execute this one, and it has called this method, and it will return, basically it will return from 1 to 5, enumerable from 1 to 5, the weather forecast details of what it is doing. It is just generating a random temperature in degrees Celsius, and summaries it is taking from here, and date time it is now. So you will see 5 records here. So you can see response in an array of 5 records. You can see here where temperature degrees Celsius is. Okay, this is a random controller, which is when we create any web API in C#, .NET creates for us. So what I will do, I will just stop this application and I will just go to ChatGPT. I will ask ChatGPT to create. First, I want to create a chat application using .NET C# 7.0. I don't want to use SignalR. Please create a web API. Please include action methods as action methods to save chat and load chat history. Also create a model class for storing chat message detail. Let's see what ChatGPT does for us. So it has first created a model class chat message, and then it has generated API for us where we are getting this chat history, and here we can save the chat history. Okay, so what I will do, I will first copy this chat controller we already created. So we'll just create one controller, maybe chat controller. Okay, and here we will use this controller base class. We don't want this constructor, so we remove this one, and we will tell that this is an API controller and the route of it starts with controller name. Okay, so this API controller basically tells that this chat controller is an API controller, and this route parameter tells that whenever this particular resource is requested, its first path would be chat. Okay, now we'll see what ChatGPT has for us. We will just blindly copy this entire functionality and I will paste here. So first we will create a model class called as chat message, and we will copy the chat message detail from ChatGPT. Let's see what it has created for us. So it has given us sender, message, timestamp. We want receiver as well. Okay, so we have ID of chat message, sender who is sending the message, receiver who is receiving the message. Message is basically the content what sender or receiver is sending to, like whatever the communication is happening, and timestamp is basically whenever this message is created, maybe sent on. Okay, now we'll go to our chat controller, and this will not use IHTTP action, this will use IAction result. Okay, and then this sent on is this one. Okay, now we'll see what this chat controller is doing. So it has chat history, which is list of chat message, which stores our history of chat, and when we request for chat history, then it basically gives us this object. So it contains a detail of all chat history basically, and whenever any chat message is posted, then we are incrementing the ID of message. This message send time is now, and then this message will have these contents: sender name, receiver name, and message detail. Now we'll go and run this just to see whether this is working or not. Now first we will add breakpoint in our controller. Okay, and then we'll post a message. So this is sent by Rahul. It is sent to John Cena. Content is hey buddy. Now this is, oh my god, this is, so we have one detail in chat history with ID as 1, sender is Rahul, receiver is John Cena, content is hey buddy, and this is the time. Now we will send one more message. How are you doing? Now as you can see, we have 2 entries in our chat history. Okay, how are you doing? Now finally we can see, now we'll see whether our get chat history is working or not. Okay, we will execute this and it will return us chat history detail. So as you can see here, we have 2 records. Rahul has sent message to John Cena 2 times. First is hey buddy and second is how are you doing. Now we can see that our server is working properly. Now the time is to create client, and for client I basically want a simple maybe In HTML, I just want a simple page where I can post, where we will have two things. One is sender, one is receiver. Sender will send a message, receiver will receive a message, receiver will send a message, and sender will receive the message, vice versa. So what I will do, I will create a folder here, solutions folder, and I will call it as client, and I can rename this. I don't want it to be called as API. I'll just name it to chat application. I will stop my API, and this is my chat client. I will add one file here, which is a simple HTML file. I will call as index.html, or maybe chat application. Oh, this is fine. Now what I will do, I will ask ChatGPT to do a favor for me. Write a client in HTML where it will have, it should have a drop down with list of values for, with list of names basically, for sender and receiver. It should also have a text box which is, which should be used to send message. Also, when the button to send message is clicked, please reset the text box. Okay, and what else? I want to load history, load chat history also. Please create a beautiful user interface using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's see what ChatGPT has for us. You can see it started creating. Oh my god. Continue generating. So it has created entire thing for us, entire client for us, just with simple prompts. What I will do, I am just going to copy this code, and I will blindly paste this entire code here, and without thinking of anything, I will just open this thing in browser. Oh my god, this is an issue in Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio. Okay, I will just open in Chrome browser. Wow, you can see this is my chat application, and this is sender, this is receiver, and this is message. But when I type this message, hey, this is not working. Let's see what is the issue. So the issue is coarse. Okay, it is not able to call this get chat history and save chat message. Okay. Get chat history, save chat message, it is not able to call because it has issue of cross origin. So as you can see, this chat application is hosted in files, users, project, and my web API is basically hosted in localhost. So what I will do, I can make this HTML to run using HTTP server. HTTP server is basically, as you can see, this Swagger is using this localhost. Localhost is basically using HTTP server. Similar way, I will use this index.html to run on HTTP server instead of directly running it from file directory. Okay, so for this issue, what we will do, we will create a HTTP server and open this index.html in localhost. So for that, I will just open a terminal in this folder. Okay, and I will first dock it. Okay, now what I will do, I will just install HTTP server. Let's just zoom in, more zoom in. Okay, and now I will run HTTP server here. So it is running on port 8080. I will just open port 8080. Wow, you can see this is now running on port 8080. Now I will see what it is doing. Okay, I will just try to put the breakpoint here and see whether this is hitting or not. Hey, it is saying method not allowed. Localhost 80. Oh, okay. So what is the issue here? In index.html we have not specified the actual URL of our API. So it is calling this fetch API, it is calling API chat get chat history, but we have to call this API which is actually being created by us. Okay, so first we will see where our this API is hosted. So in launch settings.json you can see that our API is hosted using port 7189. This is our port 7189, which is development port, and our web API is hosted here. So what we will do, we will just go in our client. Oh, it is here only. And in our client, we will just copy this one. Oh shit. 1 second. What I will do, I will just take API URL. Okay, where API URL is equal to 7189. Okay, so this is port 789 where our this application web API is hosted. So we will just append this URL with our API URL. Okay, we also have to do this in load chat history. Oh, what is this, man? So this is our API URL, which is calling post method, and this post method is calling save chat message. Okay, this is calling send message. API URL is this one. Okay, this is fine. So it is calling send message, and then it is load chat history. Load chat history. Also we will use the same API URL. Okay, one second. API URL. Oh no, not this. URL plus. Okay, I think there is some issue here. Maybe some copy paste issue. Okay, now I just have to add breakpoint here. Just to see whether my function is working or not. Okay, now I will go to chat application. Now let's see. No, 103.13, 103. What is the issue? Okay, now I will do refresh. Oh my god. So this is my first. Okay. So now I'm going to do it again. Basically our let me just go and type some message. Okay, let me just go and select some receiver, type message hey, and click on send. Oh, it has not sent me the message, and it is saying cannot read properties of undefined method not allowed. Okay. Okay, what is the issue? So on send message, we are calling this API. Okay. Okay. I think we have to call our API, which is like the API that we created. So this API is hosted in 7189 port, and we have to call this API to save chat message, also to load chat message. I think now this will work. API URL is not defined. Why? I'll just refresh it. Why it is saying oh, okay, sorry. I declared API URL inside the send message. This is my mistake. I have to declare it outside of send message. Okay, now I think this is fine. Okay, we will just go and check whether this is working or not. Access to fetch chat history from origin localhost 8080 has been blocked by CORS. Oh, so we have to know access control allow origin header is present in the requested resource. So this is basically CORS issue. CORS issue is basically when the request is being requested from different origin. As you can see, this in this particular case our API is hosted in port 7189 and our client application is hosted on port 8080. So both of them are in different origin, so we have to allow origin basically. So for that we will ask ChatGPT, my ChatGPT, I want to enable CORS in my web API project. Please share the code for it. So I want to enable it in startup class itself. So what it has given, it has enabled CORS in web API registry, and in registry what it does, it basically added this custom headers to allow like origin, like from different origin also you can send and receive message, but it is added in web config. I want it to be added in a startup class. So now this is what I wanted. So services.add CORS, I will just copy this one and add in my program.cs builder.services. I will just paste here, and this is builder.services. Okay, and I will just use here app.use CORS. Let me just explain this one, what I did. In the services I just added cross origin. In cross origin I just tell the policy of allow all origin to be added for any method, any header and any origin, and I just declared app.use CORS. So now this should work. I'll just rerun my application. Okay, now I'll refresh. I'll just open localhost 8080. Oh, again, what is the issue now? Failed to fetch 7272 API chat history. Oh, 1 second. I think this will go to API chat history, and then this is controller name. This will go to this route. One second, where is my API URL? Okay, let me see whether it is working or not. Access is blocked. Again, access is blocked. What is this, man? Okay, instead of using HTTPS, let me just check whether I'm using correct port or not. I think I'm using correct port. Just copy this one. 7189 5297. I will simply ask ChatGPT to do the favor for me. Please modify my client API call using the web API hosting environment. Please use the below code for launch settings.json. Let's see what ChatGPT has for us. So it is calling 5297 and 7189. I am doing the same thing. Let me call using HTTP. Let me just see whether it is. Let me see whether it is calling using HTTP or not. Just refresh it. It is not calling using HTTP also. What is this issue, man? I will just rerun my web API application and see whether it is working or not. Refresh. Oh, I'll give a last try. I'll use HTTPS again just to see whether it has. I'll ask ChatGPT. I am getting this error applied. Okay, I have to use allow origin here. I think I already did it. Okay. I already said allow any origin. Then what is the issue? Let me just check whether it is working. It should work now. I'm getting cross origin issue. Why I'm getting cross origin issue, man? I already added this one. ChatGPT, please help me. I already added codes in my web API project. Please check what is the issue. issue with this code. Based on the code, you've correctly added course. Oh, I'm calling authorization before using course. I need to use course before authorization. Okay. This I have to use before authorization. Okay, this is the issue. ChatGPT, you deserve something better. Now this should run. Now first I should stop it and rerun this application. Now I will refresh my client application. I did. Don't think this is an issue, but I'm not sure. Let me just rerun it again. I'll just remove the HTTPS redirection. Okay, for now. And I will use HTTP port here, which is 5297. Let me check whether it is working or not. Oh my God. Getting the same error, man. Getting the same issue. I don't know what ChatGPT is saying. See, I am using use course, and it is saying you should use course instead of add course. See, here it is saying add course. I'm already using add course here, and here I'm using use course, and here it is use course. I'm not sure what the hell ChatGPT you're doing, but I'll just copy your code and I'll blindly paste your code here. just see whether you are right or not. I don't think that you are right. Let me just check. Okay, now there is something different error, which is get chat history not found. Get chat history, why it is not found? Oh, let me check what Swagger is doing. It is calling the method get chat history. Try. It is calling 7189 chat. Okay, so I think there is some issue in my client code. This needs to call chat. Now I will refresh. Okay, let me just send message. Hey, okay, I'll just copy this one. Okay, I'll just change this to chat history, man. HTTP get. Let me check whether it is working right now. Again, not found. Oh, I think I have to change. Get chat history. Oh, I have to rerun it. This should work now. Why it is saying not found again? Okay, I think there is some issue in here. See, it is calling this one. Oh, this has to be API slash. Oh, okay. Now I got it. Can you change this code to accept API first? Enter route. So I did it correct. Now this will work, man. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know save is not working. I just have to change here. This is save chat message. You just have to modify this one to use save chat message. Now I will rerun my web API. Okay, I will just get rid of all these things. And I will just refresh my this one. Okay, now what the hell? Okay, this is fine. No, sender will send message to receiver. Oh, there is some issue. API chat, save chat message. Save chat message. Okay. What I will do, I will use from body here. Let's see whether it is calling or not. Bad request. Let me check what is there in index.html. This is content, man. Sender, receiver, content. Okay. Let me just check. Any luck? Wow, finally it hit my save chat message. And what things we have? We have hey, Bob, sent on, and ID is 0, so it will return. And then this chat history will be loaded. Let's see, undefined, undefined. Why I'm getting this undefined here? Let me just check what is there in my client. So in load chat history, I'm getting undefined. So this should be message dot sender. This should be message dot content, and then this. Okay, I think now it should be fine. Okay. Alice, hey, wow. I will just open one more instance of this one. Yes. Bob, Alice, how are you doing? Now I will just disable the breakpoint. Okay, so the issue is I'm sending message here and then this message is not getting refreshed here. So when Alice is sending to Bob and then how are you, Bob? Okay, you can see here message is updating only after this particular thing is okay, so message is only updating here when I'm just typing message. Okay, so this is one issue. This we can simply resolve using JavaScript. So we want our load history method to be, I want load history to be fired after 1 second. Okay. Okay, I want it to be fired after every 1 second. Okay, so I just have to call this set interval method with 1 second, and then this will do the job for me. Oh, okay, let's see what we have right now. Okay, Alice and Bob. Bob and Alice. Where are you from? You can see this is updated here. I am from Dubai. I'm from Dubai. This is updated here. So now you can see this chat application is working fine. Now what I will be doing is I will be posting this code on GitHub.